Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Demko Modelworks. Jake here with you. Just taking you through an update tonight. Not going to be doing a whole lot of work tonight. I've had kind of a busy week, and I'm having to wait on some masking set to come from my buddy Cameron, along with some kit decals. I explained a little bit about that. I had my shop kind of leaks when it rains, and I had the orbital dry dock masking set and the box and everything sitting on my bench where I normally have, you know, my production line, and the rain apparently it rained so heavy that it leaked in a spot that I didn't know it was going to leak, and it ruined the masking sets. And most of it I was able to manage to save some of the nacelle masking and stuff like that, so which was a big plus because I was able to, you know, use quite a bit of it. But there's still some things I had to reorder. I had the rain, I mean, it just washed out the kit decals and everything else, the specialty decals that my client Ed had made up for this. But I had my buddy Cameron over at Cameron's Decals and such redo some of the decal, you know, the kit decals, and he's sending me a couple of sheets of each and everything else like that. So it's on its way. He mailed it out today, so it should be here Saturday or Monday or Tuesday at the latest, and we can finish up on this nacelle. So I'll take you over to the bench and show you a little bit about that here in a second. But first of all, I want to say, you know, congratulations to our big contest winner, Ben Clements. He was our first place winner for doing an awesome airplane. I think it was an F-104. I'm not sure what type of plane it was, but it was a beautiful plane. And you can see the plane that he built over on the Demko Modelworks Facebook page. It's the group, you know, the group photo, and so it's posted up there for the month, and go for, you know, it's up there. And so I want to also say, you know, congratulations to our second place winner, Brian Smith. He did an awesome Hellcat. And to our third place winner as well, Kevin Hogart. He did a really good airplane, and it was a very tough decision, guys, on that kit. So I mean on these kit builds. So it had turned out real well. We're very pleased with it, and we're looking forward to the next one in the spring. I decided to go with a sci-fi build. So if you're interested in that, you can PM me, or I'll put my or I can put my email address up here on the screen, jdemco80@gmail.com, and you can email me that, and, you know, plan on what you want to build, or you can private message me through Messenger if you're on Messenger, and you know, you can let me know about that. But what we'll do on that one is I will allow lighting excuse me, we'll allow lighting kits on that one. And I originally just wanted to do a sci-fi build, non-Star Trek and non-Star Wars, because that's pretty much a big genre out there. I was kind of wanting to go off the beaten path a little bit, but I had several people say, no, don't do it, Jake. Well, we'll, you know, do Star Trek and, you know, stuff like that. So we're going to do Star Trek, and, you know, all part of the sci-fi genre. So you can build, you know, you can build the Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, V, 2009 Space Odyssey. You know, even you can do the older sci-fi like War of the Worlds, the Martian War Machine, or the you can do the Day the Earth Stood Still. You know, the movie UFO, the sci-fi movie Doom. You know, there's a wide variety of sci-fi out there, so I encourage you not to just do Star Trek or Star Wars if you're going to do anything. You know, kind of branch out there, because there's a lot of Star Trek and Star Wars stuff out there on the market. But whatever you want to do, you know, whatever floats your boat, that's fine by me. But you know, I'm not expecting anybody to go off go off the deep end and spend a lot of money on this. So do whatever you want to, however you feel it, and we will be able to, when the competition starts in January, we'll go through June just like we did this time, and go through, and this time we'll let the people judge the pictures, the judge of the builds, instead of just me, since it was the first build. So but we will be going through, I hope everybody can, the ones that can do, join, will let me know. So like I said, I'll put my email back up at the end of the video, and that way y'all can contact me through there, or you can contact me through Facebook through Demko Modelworks. So, but anyway, we're going to get down to business here, and so we're going to be taking you through a little bit of what I've done. Some of you already seen this work on Facebook. I did a live video on that, so we'll go through there and kind of show you what we've done and what we're going to be going through and doing. So anyway, guys, we'll swing you around to the bench and we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the bench. As you can see, sitting here in front of me is the starboard side nacelle with the pylon attached. It's all ready to go basically. It's all been, painted, primed, sealed, light blocked. Just got a little bit of detail painting to do on the front end here. And so, kind of take you through a little bit of what my client Ed has been wanting. He didn't want the traditional Reliant markings on the nacelles. He wanted the refit. Well, the refit, some of the masking sets that come for the refit worked okay, and some of them didn't. As you can see here, let me zoom in. And let me reposition the camera to where you can see it better. Sorry guys, hold on. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So you can see here how just beautiful this part of the top side of the refit, part of this nacelle is, and this is the 537 scale refit masking from Cameron Lewis. He sells, these kits, these I'll back out here in a minute and show you the masking and stuff right here. But as you can see on the sidewall here, we did pretty much the refit painting there, and we're gonna have to do the candy cane stripe here on the back. I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different here, because the refit paint masking for the 537 scale doesn't quite work on the 537 Reliant, because this nacelle is a little bit wider and the curves are a little bit sharper of a curve, so they don't quite fit perfectly on here. So he's going to be sending me, Karen's going to be sending me some just 3mm pieces of blue vinyl, which is what he uses for the paint masks, and I'm just going to be kind of cutting out and kind of doing my own style there. I'm going to have to kind of bring it back a little bit further back here with the straightness, because the Reliant only had that much candy cane stripe on the back of it. So basically it stopped, it went from here to this started, this line here. So but you can see how well it just turned out. It just turned out real beautiful on the front here. Let me scoot this by. Maybe zoomed in too much here. Let me zoom me out a little bit. But you can see how well pretty. We didn't skimp on any of the colors. I basically did a repeating pattern all the way through. Did the blue, gold, green, red, white, blue, gold, green, red, so on and so forth on all this, and it turned out really amazing. I'm just beautiful. And once we get this painted, this outboard chiller grill here painted, it'll look a lot better. And probably what I'm going to do is on this here, because there really isn't a masking. Well, there is, but for the style of masking it is that goes on here, isn't the same that uses on the refit. It's basically kind of with the orbital dry dock masking set, you know, you put on here, it's basically just random pattern boxes. And so I'm going to do something different here. Basically what I'm going to do is take some of my tape and just kind of go through and do the same thing. Do, you know, the blue, gold, green, red, white, stuff like that, all the way from here to about here. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me zoom me out just a little bit further here. I feel like I'm not getting everybody here, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it. So I'm going to use some of the masking for here, and then I'm just going to take my masking tape and just do the repeated pattern like I did here, you know, the blue, gold, green, red, white, blue, gold, green, all the way from here to the tip end here where it has that blue tip to it. So that way, you know, there's paint, you know, there's aztecing all the way through it. And I still got a little bit of work to do here and then on the front here, and then go through and do our detail painting. You know, the blue that goes here, the copper tone that goes here, the blue inserts that go there, and then repaint the Bassard collectors. I would assume either a black or the Euro gray, which is what they use for the refit. And then we're going to, you know, go back through and do our painting for the nacelle, you know, the back end, the fins, and everything else like that. And then once that's all done on both sides, we can go through and put in our decals on both sides, and then seal it up, and we'll be good to go to where I can install this. It'd be a whole lot easier to install it, you know, get everything done to it first, then install it. That way you don't have to worry about, you know, turning the ship upside down, or, you know, having to worry about getting paint on anything else. That way we're just good to go on that. So, but on the inside here, I wanted to tell you a little bit about this. Most people will order from Don's Light and Magic. They will order those little clear blue resin inserts that go right here for the inboard flux chiller grills. Well, I found out you didn't have to do that, and some of you may already know this, but the plastic is thin enough in here to where you don't have to cut this out and worry about messing up the lines or anything else like that. You can just leave that, you know, put some tape on the inside, put some tape on the outside here, then you do your light blocking, and then once you pull this tape off, you have your paint there, and then you can paint. Then you can you know, lay down your tape or whatnot down inside those receding trenches down there. Then you can paint these black, and then you have your desired effect there for your five color flux chiller grill. And the light that I used on the inside of these, I was going to tell you all this. I saw somebody on YouTube, y'all may be familiar with Lou Del Maso from Aztec Dummy, do the same, use, instead of, you know, he went to Walmart and found some LED light strip tape. And let me get some right here. Yeah, I have some right here. But I found this stuff works really well. You can cut it. This is in the TV department, where you can put this LED light strip on the back side of the TV to where you can change the color to, you know, blue, green, red, yellow, all that kind of stuff. But you can do these, and this is what I like about this, is you can do it in a single, double, or thirds, or fourths, you know, whatnot, and it goes, you know, you can do it how many ever you want. Well, I was able to do it in you know, fourths or fifths. I think I did 5 on the inside of these, and these are nano RGBs, LEDs. So you know, you can hook up your common, and then you hook up, your common, which is your plus, and then you know, you can change it to the red, or the green, or the blue, and that's what I did. But these are rated at 5 volts, so you have to put a if you're going to use a 9-volt system, you have to put a I'd put no more than a 470 ohm 1/4 watt resistor on the common, you know, the red, the plus, the positive side, and then it will work with your 12-volt system. It won't burn these out, because if you put this and hook it up directly into your 9-volt system, it's going to blow these instantly. So you don't want that. So make sure that if you use this stuff from Walmart, to put in a resistor in the line somewhere, either in the, you know, the negative or the positive. I always put mine in the positive. But this stuff works really well, and it's $5 a roll, and it comes, you can see it comes in a, you know, quite a big roll here too. So I mean, I would assume this is I would assume this is probably 6 or 7 feet worth of LED. So, and this is only, it runs about $5 at your local Walmart, and it works really well. So that's what I'm going to start using on some of mine. If I, you know, if you don't have, you know, if you can't get to you know, HDA Modelworks or LEDwholesalers.com has LED light strip. They sell it real, you know, pretty cheap, pretty much $1 a foot, and it works real well. But if you can't get to that in time, if you need it right away, Walmart is a good place. Now the thing about Walmart, like I said, no, on top of the resistor, you know, in line in the resistor, you have to if you're going to do white, you have to wire all the colors. You have to put a, you know, your positive, and then you have to wire all the other colors, the red, the blue, gold, red, the blue, and the green all together, and then it turns white. So but anyway, we're gonna finish this up. I'm waiting, like I said, I'm waiting on the rest of that stuff for Cameron. I'm gonna go ahead in the next day or two, go ahead and finish all this up here, and then you know, work on this down here and get this side all done. And then just when the when the stuff gets here this weekend, I'll go through and do the candy cane stripe and then gloss coat it and do all the detail painting and get done with the, get done, and then we'll do the other side. So, but this is a very, tedious process on this. But let me show you some of the what I was talking about with the Aztec masking. Now this masking was sent to me, by Cameron Lewis, and this is the 537 scale refit masking, and this is the same stuff that if you've seen mask design, Gary up there uses the same blue vinyl. This stuff is really well. This stuff sticks a lot better than Brett over at Orbital Dry Docks. This stuff here, if you've used Brett's over there, you might have been able to peel it off and put it back on. You might even be able to use it a few times before it starts flying off with the airbrush and stuff. But this stuff here stays on real well. I haven't had a problem with it flying off at all. So, but you have you can see where I've done use some of that, and I've still got to do the other side of it yet. But it's coming along, guys. This stuff works. Cameron, I would suggest using Cameron. He's really cheap, and he's really reasonably priced and stuff. And he makes with these masking sets. He comes with the 5-color. He can make the 5-color, the 2-color, whatever. He has the random pattern pieces for the saucer section, and it also comes with just random pattern masking, and then the stripes too. So it comes with a couple of sheets of that stuff too. So, but anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for tonight. Now I'm going to be working on Williams Kestra again this weekend, trying to get it done, and I've got a boat I got to try to finish too. So, but the Kestra is coming along real nice now that we have both sides painted up. Now we're going to go through there and get some paint. Let me get that for you real quick. I'll be right back. Hang on. Alright, so I still haven't had a chance to finish up the painting from the other day, so I just got to go back through and do a little bit touch-up paint on this, and then I can take it off and then start scraping out the windows, which is going to take a little bit of time to do because you know, it's just these windows are so small. You just have to, you know, really take your time. I've been using this from, you know, this pick right here to go through there and just kind of scrape off the windows a little bit, just kind of get it out, and it'll show through real nice and neat. So, but I've got to go through and figure out where to put my LED lighting in here, simply for the fact that all those windows right here doesn't really allow for me to put a strip in there, so I might end up using some of that LED light strip, you know, and put a couple of pieces, you know, one right here on the inside to light these on either side to light up the windows that go here. I might, you know, and you don't have to scrape out all the windows on these, so, you know, there's going to be a few on every row that's going to be done, so you might be able to put a few down here on the very bottom to light up these, and then there's none on here on the back side, but you know, we'll have to put some for the light up right here on the for the impulse engine. So we still got quite a bit of work to do on this. I haven't had a chance to really much go back through and do a whole lot. Still got to paint one more ring right through here and do a little bit of touch up right there, and then I got to go back through and light block, you know, and put my putty and light block all this right here around this ring right here, because it shows through real bad, and go through there and repaint it. So still got some work to do on it, but it's coming together, coming together really well. So once I get that done, you know, we can start getting ready to glue these two halves together. And like I said, we're still going to have a lot of work to do, seam work to do on this, and to get it perfect, and then we can go back through and you know, get everything together and slide the pylon section together, and the landing dock right here where the back side is. Now on this one, I figured out that all I'm gonna have to do is just to trench just a little bit out, but I can cut this entire section out right here because it's gonna be up in the ship right here, and I'll show you. And that way, see, you're not gonna be able to even see where those are at. So I can cut that whole section out right there and make it a lot easier to run my wire up through and up into the main body, and where I can just run it down. Now I'm going to probably mounting the board inside of this main body here, and then just run my two wires out for the, you know, for the main power. And I may run it to where I can run a separate circuit to turn the flux chiller grills on and off by themselves. I don't know yet, so we'll see what he wants to do. But all this is going together real nice, guys. You can see how well it's going to look once it's done. So all we got to do now is just make sure we get the wire run through and go from there. So that'll be my next step on this, is to get this wired and puttied and everything else. That way we can slide all this stuff through, and I'll put this dish on just a little bit later to where I can run everything back through, and you know, have room to run it back, you know, where I can attach my wires and stuff everything back in. Like I said, I'm going to mount the board down in here, that way in case something happens to where he needs to get to it, he can just, and I'll leave enough wire in there to where he can just pull, you know, take the deflector dish out and go through and pull it out and cut it, and, you know, do what he needs to do to fix it. So, or, you know, he can send it back to me, whatever he wants to do. So, but that's it for now, guys. You know, we've got a lot going on. I've got to get a couple of client builds, try to get them finished before July, for, you know, the 4th of July, before the 4th of July 4th weekend. He's coming down from Washington to pick those models up, so I got to get those pretty much done. Working on the 350 Sulaco build that I've been doing for the past year or so, and then I've got the 350 Cygnus that I started a while back that I've got to get going on it, so I can get that done. And that one's going to take a little bit of time because that one's using the mega board from Tenant Controls, and that one's going to take a little bit more time to work on because of all the wiring and the different circuits that goes through it and everything else like that. So but we'll keep you apprised on all that, guys, and go from there. So until then, folks, we'll keep you updated next week a little bit more on the Kestra and the Reliant, and go from there. So this one here, the Reliant, shouldn't take me much more to go. I should have this one, the Reliant, completely done by the end of the month and shipped out, hopefully shipped out to him sometime next month. That's my plan. With me, there's always something that's going on, so you never know. So but until then, guys, we'll take care, stay safe out there, enjoy building those models, and we'll see you around the community, guys. Happy modeling, everybody.